The coach, the rivalry and the stolen blazer. Read original source goo.gl web link. As pranks go, the case of the missing sport coat is a doozy. It has it all: a crime but no conviction, video evidence but no definitive proof, damage inflicted and reparations paid. Its main characters include a former NBA guard, a Final Four-bound coach and a mysterious accomplice, and perhaps a few more. And 15 years later, Porter Moser still swears he had nothing to do with it. "That is amazing," Moser said playfully when asked about the incident Thursday. "The higher platform you go, the more your closet of things that happen, they going to dig up. Wow. You get the award. So many warm, delightful stories have been told about plucky little Loyola-Chicago and its 98-year-old team chaplain, Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt. But the old yarn about its current coach might make Sister Jean blush. It all began in 2002, when Moser was the second-year coach at the University of Arkansas Little Rock and engaged in an overheated rivalry with Monty Toe, the former N.B.A. guard then coaching the University of New Orleans. During a tight game at New Orleans' Lakefront Arena, Moser and Toe started jawing at each other and, according to Toe, Moser used profane language. "I turned to my assistant, Patrick Harrington, and said, 'What the heck is going on here?' Toe recalled in a telephone interview this week. "Then I did something bad I shouldn't have done. Continue reading the main story. Related coverage. On college basketball. Loyola-Chicago teammates have been winning together since third grade. March 27, 2018. A day in the life of Sister Jean, media darling. March 22, 2018. During the post-game handshakes after New Orleans won, Toe slapped Moser's hand away. In seconds, all the players and the assistant coaches joined in the fracas. The slap gave way to shoves. There was almost certainly more profane language. "It got a little heated," recalled Chris Peterson, the former athletic director at Arkansas Little Rock and Moser's boss at the time. Order was eventually restored, but the hard feelings lingered. The next season, New Orleans traveled to Little Rock, where the local news media whipped up fans' fiery telling the story about Toe and the previous year's incident. At some point late in the first half, Toe noticed that his black sport coat, which he had draped over the back of his chair as he usually did during games, was missing. "Apparently, with no part on my part, he had taken off his sport jacket and put it on his thing. All he had was a t-shirt," Moser said, "and somebody walked by, grabbed it, took it. Just before the second half began, and with the jacket still nowhere in sight, Toe approached Peterson in the stands and told him, in a stern tone, that someone had stolen his sport coat." According to Toe, Peterson was not overly sympathetic. He said, "Don't worry about it, just coach your team," Toe said. A little over an hour later, the Privateers packed up to head back to New Orleans without a win, and without Toe's jacket. Once they got back on campus, Toe and his staff quickly set to work scanning a videotape of the game, not so much to see who missed their box-out assignments, but to find evidence of what happened to the missing sport coat. A man sitting behind the New Orleans bench quickly raised their suspicions. Sure enough, in one sequence up the court, the jacket was on Toe's chair. But when the ball came back the other way and the camera scanned the bench, it was gone. "We never saw the guy actually take it," Toe said, laughing at the memory, "but what we saw later confirmed our suspicions." What they saw, Toe said, was that when the game ended, Moser went straight over to the prime suspect behind Toe's seat and shook his hand. The man had opportunity and motive, and in the New Orleans basketball offices, that handshake proved Moser's complicity. Toe called Peterson. "Not only did it happen, he told Moser's boss, we have it on tape. Moser has his own theory. On Thursday, he said a radio station that had stirred up the fans ahead of the New Orleans game had been behind the theft. The radio station was trying to auction off "I got Monty Toe's sport jacket." Peterson appeased Toe by promising an investigation, and he quickly solved the caper. But it got worse. Somehow the jacket had ended up in a Little Rock fraternity house, where the members had urinated on it. The frat boys apparently had a good time with that jacket, Peterson said. Peterson recovered the defiled jacket, had it dry cleaned and sent it back to Toe along with an apology and a $150 gift certificate to a New Orleans restaurant. The commissioner of the Sun Belt Conference even intervened, ordering both coaches to write emails promising to end it there. According to Peterson, the emails were exceedingly brief, but the peace held. Moser left Little Rock after the season, not because of the incident, Peterson said, to coach at Illinois State and then went to St. Louis as an assistant before moving to Loyola. The Ramblers play Michigan in a national semifinal on Saturday. Moser did a great job there and he's doing a great job now, Toe said. I hope they win. Toe coached at New Orleans until 2006, then worked as an assistant at his alma mater, North Carolina State, and Middle Tennessee State before retiring. These days he plays a lot of tennis and golf and serves as a coach at Oak Hall High School in Gainesville, Florida. He remembered taking his wife for a nice dinner to the Palace Cafe, on Peterson's time. But whatever happened to Exhibit A? I wore it the next game, Toe said. They have good dry cleaners in Little Rock.